Happy Monday, everybody.
Hey.
Perfect. This is the most important meeting I'm ever going to have with you because we've changed the script, okay? Respectfully, up until like Friday of last week, the opening script that you use as a JC or a hybrid, we could have literally had the screeners pitch that thing. There was no sound involved whatsoever and be able to turn the call over. Obviously, the script we're giving you now is way more in depth and is going to require you to be able to cover more and use your brain while you're talking to people, okay? So what we looked at was the customer's experience from start to finish, okay? I and others felt that the handoff was very uncomfortable. So what was happening is the screener was talking, the customer was talking, and you were just yelling covered auto at people all at the same time, which is one of the most uncomfortable things to ever listen to as a human being that I've ever heard to start a call. So we fixed, in the process of fixing it, but basically have it fixed where the screener shouldn't be speaking anymore. And if they are, let your manager know the phone number and we'll continue to fix it because it's just a learning process. It's day one of implementing it. But let's walk through what the screener does, just so you understand how the call starts. So they say, hello, customer's name. My name is Chris with Vehicle Services Group. I'm calling about the vehicle you financed back in July of 2024, and it looks like you're paying $382 a month. Is that correct? Great. Our records show you have not activated your vehicle's extended coverage yet. I need to quickly confirm the vehicle's still running okay. Pause and wait for the yes. Perfect. One moment. I'm going to connect you with a service manager to go over the details to make sure everything is set up correctly for you. And that's all they do. Okay? They should be sending the call to you raw. You will then answer the phone. Thank you so much for your patience. My name's Chris. I'm one of the service managers here with Covered Auto on our recorded line. And the reason your call was transferred to me is because it looks like you haven't activated your protection plan with us yet, and it's recommended you stay covered when you have an active loan on the vehicle for when the unexpected happens. Okay, now we just have to make sure everything matches up correctly in our system, so it looks like we have the address on file for when you purchased the vehicle as 123 Main Street in Toms River, New Jersey, 08753. That's still correct, right? So you notice I went through 1 and 2 without stopping. I cut the okay out. I go through 1 and 2 before I stop talking. The reason why is I want my first question to be one I can control the answer to. So the address, hey, the address we had on file when you took out the loan, read the address. Can either be yes or no. When you're asking somebody, I don't need you to ask their name. Cut the name out of it because you don't know if it's going to be Mr. or Mrs. Jones, right? Or Brother Jones, as you said earlier, right? We don't know who it could be the unemployed Jones. We don't know what Jones we have on the phone, so let's not assume it because nothing makes it worse than when you're like, hey, Mrs. Jones, thank you so much for your patience. And they're like, it's Mr. So we want to avoid that. That's why it's not in there, right? And then the next thing is stop asking them how they are. If I wanted you to ask them how they are, it would be in the script. Okay, it's not in the script anymore for a reason because I can't look at you and be like, how many deals you get today, Tristan? You're like 2, but the Mrs. Jones was having a great fucking day. So we don't, not that we don't care how they're doing, it's just a question we can't control the answer to, so we're not going to ask it, okay? So now we've read the address. We're on to 3. Perfect. Now it looks like you took out the loan on August 30th, 2024. The monthly payment looks like it's $380 a month, and you got a loan term of 60 months. And the birth date we have on file is 8/30/87. Is that all still correct, or is that all correct? Perfect. All right, awesome. Now to make sure I'm talking to the right person, I just need you to verify the model of the vehicle we have on file attached to the loan I just went over with you. You shouldn't be getting resistance there. You could, right? And I will teach you how to handle that tomorrow, but you shouldn't get resistance there. They should just give you that information if you're wording it properly. The other thing about this is you cannot try to sprint through the script. This script is unsprintable. It's got to be paced well. Everything is its own question. So to make sure everything matches up correctly in the system, I just want to make sure. So it looks like the vehicle or the address we have on file when you purchase a vehicle, that was 123 Main Street. That's in Toms River, New Jersey, 08753. Is that still correct? All right, perfect. And just to make sure, all right, and now it looks like when you took the loan out, you did that on August 30th of 2024. I see that your monthly payment is only $482 a month, and it looks like you have a 72-month loan, and we have the birth date on file is 8/30/87. Is that all correct? Awesome. Now I just need to make sure that I'm talking to the right person. So I just need you to verify the model of the vehicle that we have attached that we have on file attached to this law, right? When they tell you it's a 19, no, I know the 19, I meant the model. When they tell you it's a Trailblazer, no, I know it's a Trailblazer, I meant the year model. If you don't know what a 19 Trailblazer is, type the bitch in Google, and it'll tell you it's a Chevy, okay? You're now being paid to be salespeople, and you work in the auto industry, so guess what? You're going to have to start learning cars. Sorry about your bad luck. All right, thank you. The only thing it doesn't show me is how many miles are on the how many miles? The only thing it doesn't show me are the miles. Do you know where you're at mileage-wise, right? You either get the exact mileage or you get an estimate. You should have no resistance at that point. All right, great. Now, since there's no physical inspection required, I just have to make sure that your Chevrolet still qualifies because I don't want to waste your time. So I just have a few basic questions. So at this moment, are you having any issues with the vehicle, like a check engine light, oil leaks, anything unusual? No? Okay, perfect. Now, this is where you need to start using your brains, okay? If the car's a 2024, 2025, 2023, okay, and you verified all the load information, all right, and I'm assuming, like, you don't have, like, a salvage or a branded title, right? Not, like, so I know how it's structured in there as you're asking as a question. So I assume you don't have, like, a salvage or a branded title, right? They're going to say no or they're going to say yes. And we'll teach you what to do with yes tomorrow. But let's just deal with the no's. All right, perfect. And where are we at? And does the vehicle have commercial plates? Now, you have to use your brain. If it's a Sprinter van, a pickup truck, something like that. All right, and does the vehicle have commercial plates? That makes more sense. If you're dealing with a Ford Fusion, and a nice old lady with a Ford Fusion, all right, and you don't have commercial plates, right? Okay, perfect. Right, I didn't think so. And are you using this vehicle for like rideshare, Uber, anything like that? No, okay, that's what I figured. Perfect. And awesome. Now, there's no mechanical modifications done to it, right? Now, if it's a Jeep, a truck, a WRX, cars that you see modifications, I will now lean into the lift kit part of it, like a lift kit or oversized tires. Every truck I'm going to ask that on, right? Because it makes more sense. But when you're dealing with like a 68-year-old lady with a Ford Fusion, ma'am, did you lift that bitch? Like, no, it doesn't make sense. So you have to tailor your messaging to the customer you're speaking to, right? And the most important thing is you have to try to relate with these people. You have to try to humanize the process with these people, okay? You shouldn't feel like you're reading a script anymore, okay? As of Friday, you were all reading a script. This should feel like a conversation, okay? We've given you the complete structure to it, but it's like, all right, so I know you got a 2024. It might sound crazy, but like you don't have a salvage title, right? Okay, perfect. I figured that, right? And like there's no commercial plates. All right, perfect. All right. So that's how I want it to sound. I don't want it to sound like, does the vehicle have a salvage or branded title? Okay. Does the vehicle have commercial plates? Okay. Is the vehicle used for ride sharing like DoorDashing or Uber? Awesome. And no mechanical modifications done to it, right? Like a lift kit or oversized tires. If you're reading a script like that, you're not pitching a script. You're reading this fucker. I don't need you to read it. I need you to pitch it, make it feel like a conversation. Read the room of the customer you have on the phone and make sense of it. If the guy's got a 3,500 diesel truck, okay, I'm definitely going to like, hey, all right, so do you have commercial plates on it? All right, no, okay. And then when I get to the modifications, all right, did you do any mechanical modifications like lift kits or bigger tires, anything like that? I'm going to lean into the customer and the vehicle that I have in front of me, and it's going to allow me to make it more of a humanized conversation than just like fucking reading this thing like each question just has to be said because you want to get a flip out. Now, I will say it's gotten much better as time has gone on. Okay, the quality of the flip is getting better. The talk time is getting better. I'm not going to go through the rest of this because it's basically the same exact thing you were doing. The only major change you have here is after you get through the roadside assistance benefits. So whether it's an everyday problem that would cost you hundreds or it's a major problem like the transmission that would cost you thousands, with this plan, you're not stuck coming out of pocket for all that money on top of your $490 a month car payment. Does that make sense? That's how I want you to handle that end. The rest of it's the same. So I'm going to end this meeting now, and I'm going to be offering 2-on-1 training for the rest of the day, and I'll be reaching out to your manager. So if you have low talk time, you're going to be seeing me on Google soon. Bye.
Peace, Google, and Riverside, and everyone.